I'll take a penalty to hit those guys.
All right. Just because they will be inspired by the Kobold hero.
I'm getting rid of the ones that are actually close enough to hit me from if I move away right now.
Sure.
I can hit these guys.
All right.
So the close ones, a Chaos Bolt.
That is a hit.
They take 8 points of electricity damage.
You like
Alright.
lightning.
I've had like electricity a lot today.
They're dead.
My element of the day is electricity. You'll meet a person in black. I'll move down here.
Alright.
Actually, yes.
After that fusillade, it's time to reposition.
I think you win with the number of kills. It's just a change spell. All right, yeah. Let's go with the magic missile against the guys up there.
Okay.
If we can end some of them. 4.
Alright, that does kill one of them, and it severely wounds the last one standing.
You know, Leon is flashy, but you're consistent.
Sheep's turn.
Okay, let's move here
Okay.
to engage the fucker.
Yay!
Let's smack him, and then also cast a heal on Tempus.
Alright, that is most assuredly a hit. He's not staggered. And Tempus, you're able to heal using a recovery, because Sheep casting heal on you.
+2.
With a +2 bonus.
The +2 bonus, so you're probably going to go up to full hit points. If you're there, Gryph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Roll 1d8 +4 plus. Oh no! 1d84.
You also have 18 con, huh?
There you go, that's exactly what you needed to do.
Perfect.
So neat, so tidy, much wow.
Alright. Tempest, it is your turn. The hero is currently engaged with both you and Sheep's character, but he is not staggered.
Don't have momentum, so I can't use shortcut. Tumbling strike, because
Maybe you want to leave him, yes.
Cause jazz hands.
I +1.
That is a miss.
Well, roll 1d20. +5.
You
so
disengage from him and...
Engage!
Fantastic. Tarnos, it's your turn.
Well... not so much
I'm here to
use
help
in,
you, friend.
Not so much use in attacking the goblin scum up there, so I'm gonna target the hero with a spark.
Alright. That is a miss.
Yeah, not as much.
Anything with your move?
I sit down on the ground.
Alright. Kobold hero here against Sheep's character. That is a miss. But it is a natural odd, not an even. So no damage.
Good. Like it.
Let's see here. He does not disengage from you either, so he just stays there. The goblin scum, he lifts his club and misses Tempus.
Sweet.
Escalation goes to 2. It's now Leon's turn. Dark points silently.
Silent point.
That is just a hit, Dark. That is just a hit.
Woo!
And it's a natural
Only a
even.
hit.
12 points of damage.
Alright, he is staggered.
And I get myself a blessing. This blessing shall be, deal damage equal to a level to one nearby enemy. Him!
Alright, well, he's even more staggered.
Also, it was negative energy damage as he gets corrupted this time.
Alright. Manaki, your turn.
I should probably just finish up the book up there.
Okay.
Seems like something I can do. I mean, 1 less attack per round is less damage range, so 4 damage to him.
That is enough to kill off the scum.
Yeah, and I think we'll just stay at a healthy distance away from... Okay.
Alright, Sheep, you're up.
Indeed I am. Let's just smack him. Escalation is 2.
That is a miss.
Terrible miss.
Gryph.
Roll.
Okay. Gryph's gonna go over here and here.
Deku cannot take those attacks, shouldn't he?
Yep, because
Into the diagonal.
You're a rogue. Jump over him.
Don't do too many of those waypoints. It could break the server.
Okay. Which one? What's Deadly Thrust again? Yes! 20, 20.
He was excited when it's actually one that works this time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, I looked at it first, like, what does this one do? Okay, this one works.
That is a hit.
Yay! 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d6.
That is a kill.
Stab
Nice.
steal.
Stab steal.
Alright, combat's over, and that is 4 encounters worth. That would, essentially, after some time, basically you folks will get a full heal up.
And I
Now-
still have 2 daily spells.
Yes.
Damn it.
That was just a simplified situation. Whenever you get into an actual campaign, the enemies can have unfair encounters where they'll be balanced against you. Here, in this case, they were actually balanced to not just be equivalent with your level, but they also didn't have any tactical positioning. Neither did you, really. And they didn't have anything going for them that would exist in the campaign world. Those were built to be even with your level. 5 level 1 adventurers. So there you go. There's a sample of how combat will run in 13th Age.
High five, guys! We won! Ish.
It's certainly a very different system from Pathfinder, and I think I like it.
You think you like it?
Yeah. 4 encounters, that's like nothing. Maybe
Okay.
in 20 sessions time I'll say, nope, fuck this, I'm out.
He thinks
That is
probably-
unlikely, but you know.
Even at higher levels, seeing as how your the turns won't take that much longer. I can speak of that with as a level 5 character and a level 5 party. Like, you'll have some more options, and so will the monsters, but turns still won't take that much longer, like, say, compared to, say, Pathfinder. There's a lot of says there in that sentence. But yeah, that's a sample of how your experience will go versus goblins or kobolds, which I've injected into this because you probably won't be seeing goblins or kobolds, at least on the field of battle. And in the case of kobolds, I think that's welcome for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters too much to the mighty magic missile, but you know.
Yes. All kobolds have the evasive feature, and there are features which exhibit themselves with many races, like orcs, bugbears. They all have their own sort of, like, racial thing that you encounter whenever you fight them as enemies.
I mean, same thing. Humans have racial powers. Why don't they? Right? All the PC races have human powers.
Goblins, for their factor, get a +5 bonus to disengage checks, which didn't come up that much.
The goblins weren't trying to run away.
There was a few instances, but wasn't a situation where it would have mattered, would have changed things. But yeah, it's perfectly reasonable that you folks survive, even without any of you going down, and even with you folks still having some resources left. That depends partly on the attack rolls, partly on the enemy types that you face. You certainly will be facing different enemy types in our first session.
I'd like a spell that reached further. I don't think they exist.
No, there is no Beyond Far Away which exists. Maybe that will be your grand mission, to find the spell which reaches beyond far,
I can
far
stand on
away.
a mountain and look down and just rain death upon them. Never ever have to go close.
This is a high fantasy game, but that being said, even the most powerful of characters have quite a number of limitations. This is why the 13 icons exist in their current uneasy balance, where they use agents, basically folks like yourselves, to achieve their goals. Because there exists no forces that are so destructive that you might find with a level 17 or 18 wizard in a Pathfinder campaign.
Such as I will quote Jonas doing time stop, haste, the like, cloud kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the kind of power we're dealing with there.
I would like your character sheets to be finalized by Sunday. If you have not already finalized them, that gives me some time. If, say, for example, you want to change your icons or backgrounds to adjust what you'll encounter in the first session at the last minute. Beyond that, I don't have anything else to mention. I would like to do our sessions that have Griffin God an hour earlier than the listed time, if that's alright. So 7 p.m. for Dark and Gryph and 8 p.m. for you others, if that's okay. That way that I know Asthma Man has an interesting schedule, so I'm that question is partly directed at him.
No, it's fine.
Alright. That way, especially for this first session, I don't think it would take longer than 5 hours, but if you folks have any sort of questions or make any last-minute changes, it allows us to focus more on those features, because this game is more than just about combat, although there certainly will be some of it, particularly in the first session. You are entering a dangerous area, the Wildwood.
Forest and evil druids.
I will be about 7:15-ish.
Alright.
Like, in a fortnight? No,
next week would be when...
Next week I'll be free. Next week I will be free from 7.
So it's like, you will be the god, and also this box will also help. Okay.
It's not going to be a box at a time, though.
With that in mind, the rest of our time tonight should be reserved for any questions you have for each other, or any questions that you have for me. Our first session is set at the start next week, and it would be useful to get anything out of the way. I also do recommend saving your tokens. That way you can have them in case I lose the campaign file, for instance.
Sheep blows it up.
Or someone breaks it.
Yes.
Someone, yeah.
Woo!
I make a crazy macro that just takes all the power.
Yeah, that's what the rest of the session today is for our Chapter 0. You folks interacting with each other, or me. You folks are going to have roughly 2 days of in-game travel before your first... before the session will start. So, you folks will certainly, if you want to do any sort of, like, in-character interaction or understanding, you may do so. That way you're not jumping in cold feet. But you certainly can next week. Maybe you don't want to talk to anyone.
We're starting 2 days in.
Yes.
A question just in general. Will these sessions be recorded or not?
I will record them. Sort of, I don't, like, if the game doesn't go for very long, or if I don't think it's very interesting as recording, then I won't upload them. But, seeing as how I have so many folks who are interested in a tabletop experience because they can never find a group themselves, I will record it.
Alright. Sure.
So you can put on your happy face.
Yeah. And then in general, Gryph, it would be nice if you could sort of give a quick layout of what sort of things you want your enemies to suffer from in order for you to function the sort of most optimally. Because right now, I don't know, like, it looks like you have a lot of conditional things.
I basically need to avoid being hit.
Like, we need to set you up somehow, right?
He needs to avoid being hit so he has momentum. He needs to make sure the enemies are staggered.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stagger's one of my attacks. But
Yeah,
I might swap them around because I do feel incredibly limited. I've got one defensive skill, which is roll with it.
Yeah.
So if I get hit, I can half the damage immediately.
There's a lot of us who can't really function well in melee then. If you don't want to get hit either, that's only sheep. Well, who's okay with being hit?
And
somewhat?
despite me going into melee so willingly, I don't have the best defensive stats at all.
Yet.
Well,
I mean,
Or it's the person that has the best defensive stats. It's fine as long as I don't get hit. But I seem to get hit with the crits, which is just luck of the die.
yeah, the thing I have just going for me is that I can do my heal as a quick action, but that doesn't have to be on myself. That can be on anyone who I'm next to.
yeah. Now I do have my shield, but that's only. I think I'll keep it just as a oh god no. But then again, like even when they have like a +7 to hit, if they re-roll like a, that's still only like a like 20-15% chance of missing me.
That, but you can always use your oh god no if they critically hit you. So you force them to roll away from their natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I noticed in these combats, at least, is that it seems very difficult to actually limit enemy movement,
Yeah,
apart
there's a lot
from
of moving
intercepting.
around. I think there was a
It's rare.
feat at one point.
I have one spell that can do that, but it's only in a swamp or river.
Yeah, enemy movement in general, there's basically interceptions. And those guys, particularly goblins and kobolds, have features which allow them to pop free and disengage very quickly. So they can fluctuate between enemies if the situation demands.
So basically, good luck, casters. You're on your own.
That's not what I felt today. I hope that's not what's going to happen.
You know, there's a reason I chose to be a caster that can also use all spells in melee. There's a
I
reason.
need the ability to fly.
Yeah, I
Plant
am
trees.
going to switch out some of my spells, though, because I didn't like my buffs, at least.
The shield of
The
faith.
+1 doesn't really seem that... I mean, it does something, but...
I like the bless.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
like the bless.
Plus-
it is like a
yeah.
plus 25% bonus to hit with my acid arrow, which I generally I think will fire early in combat,
Well,
just because it like is most effective then.
I will say that your full-on evocation effect, if you had hit the kobold hero, he only had 34 hit points. You would have killed him on the
Yeah.
spot with 40 damage.
Yeah. That's the hope. But again, he has probably a high physical defense. I'd hope that Shaman there wouldn't have moved, so I could step down and do it on him.
Yeah, that
And
shaman
melt his
saw what the
face.
fuck was going on.
Because suddenly, yeah, that's nice.
I'm gonna swap out Shortcut with Evasive Strike
Okay.
because I've got too many things that are limited in what they can hit.
I think
My-
I can
my
change my spells
alternatives-
daily, though, so...
My alternatives to Bless and Shield of Faith would either be Cure Wounds, which is basically another free heal,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat,
Instead of you using a normal recovery, Cure Wounds gives the target a free recovery.
and it's ranged as opposed to heal
Yes.
being next to.
So if you
that
can't
is
get so
nice.
close to someone.
And there's Spirit of the Righteous, which does quite a bit of damage against someone, and a nearby ally with the fewest hit points gains +4 AC for one turn. But
That's a once
might
per
be
battle.
significant.
It's a once per battle spell, and it gives nothing on a miss.
Once per battle is nice, but I like the healing if that's once per battle.
The healing is daily.
Cure Wounds is
Alright.
daily.
Yeah.
That heal ability that he's using comes as a cleric class feature, and that's twice per battle.
Because I think, again, resource management is going to be very key. So having things that sort of can, like, give us a free thing that we wouldn't otherwise have, I mean, that's nice. But then again, you're kind of trading a daily ability for one of something of which we have a lot.
That's right, and keep in mind that none of you went through all of your recoveries, though you certainly
No.
might encounter situations where you do go through all your recoveries. I can say that the group that I play with, I personally have never burned through all my recoveries because I don't tend to mix it up. But
You'll get out of there,
yes, but
as I expect to do as well.
but there have been a few characters that have gone through all of their recoveries in a given situation.
I remember one of your stories of someone who got hit pretty bad.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's probably not something that we'll need sort of on a daily, hopefully not on a daily basis.
No.
So perhaps, like, it's in a combat if someone, like, but you can already heal them, I guess. I mean, it sounds nice, but if it's the daily, I don't think it's,
I think
Oh,
I'll just
no.
keep with what I have now.
yeah. The buff is decent. It's a +1. In one of those situations where we sort of stand offish from the enemy, I guess, it's okay.
I could also do +2, but on a single person only.
Well,
Which giving you a +2 and then you one-shot the big boss guy, that's also maybe a good use of
you know,
the
I like
ability.
any bonuses I get. Although if I get a hit bonus that lasts for a whole battle, I'll feel kind of bad using magic missile all the time. maybe the sorcerer or the druid. But yeah, again, +2 is like doubling my to hit. Oh yeah, no, not doubling, 50%ing. That's pretty good. if there was something in Pathfinder that gave you 50% better base attack bonus, I think you'd be doing that every day, all the day.
Well, a +2 is just basically plus 10% to hit.
Yeah.
Right,
Not-
but
not
he's
in most
he's looking at what he has as his attack modifier and contributing that +2 to it.
You know, I'd rather have. Well, it really depends on the enemy defenses, I suppose. If you're trying to hit an AC 10, that's true then, but you know, as high to hit as early, basically, because it's later on we'll be hitting a lot because of the escalation die.
Yes.
It's the early hits that can save our health, though. That sort of makes us not. Those conserve resources. So
That's the
or
intended
health.
value of the escalation die for you folks to become more dangerous as you progress in combat, and that's why you might be persuaded to use your daily abilities, which target enemies later on in combat. That being said, killing enemies early can save resources.
Generally, want to kill at least the ones that buff people early. To remove those, like doubling all the goblins' damage could be devastating.
Now, the enemy types that you fought here in this situation were pretty simple. You fought mooks, you fought troops, and the goblin, and those goblin grunts, and those kobold warriors, and the kobold hero, I think, as well, is also a troop, albeit a higher level. The only sort of caster type you found that inhibits you folks was the goblin shaman. When we actually get into the campaign, you will be facing monsters of different types. Who ranging from despoilers, who focus on debuffing and hampering you, to wreckers, who are built to devastate.
Oh, like some of that.
Whereas troops
Hopefully.
more like clog the way and protect like the enemy casters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously, acid arrow, whatever wrecker is in anywhere near, because that's basically what I am too.
I like to style myself as a wrecker.
Yeah, it's like a decker, but fantasy.
Yes. Archers, blockers, casters, leaders, mooks, spoilers, troops, and wreckers.
It sounds like a children's rhyme.
Or a kid's action theme story.
Yeah. Lots of different monster roles, and you only face just a few of them, just for some sample battles. In the campaign, you'll actually fight enemies who are tailored to be a group, if they're intelligent.
So let's not kill intelligent things. Let's fight trees and bears. Well, maybe not big, like tiny bears.
Little cubs. Can we fight?
You
little
see a
cubs?
group of dwarfism bears.
Dwarfism bears.
Midget bears.
Really? That's offensive sheep. It's little bears.
I see. Okay. Calling them midget bears is offensive, but specifically killing them because they are small is not. I see.
No, not because they're small, because we can. If they were wounded, that would be the same thing. We'd kill wounded bears who specifically had broken all their limbs.
Because we attacked them in the
They
first
just
place.
decided to break their limbs.
Well, maybe they
of
fell down a
reasons.
mountain and they happened to land in front of us. And we were like, well, fuck those bears. We killed them.
Well, fuck those bears.
And we took their stuff. Well, their pelt, fur, and meat.
I'm sure I'd find that something to steal from them, like that flea on its head or something.
But if you steal something, that implies ownership.
But the bear did have his skin, now it doesn't. Yeah.
But does it own it? Does it feel a sense of ownership?
Hey,
I'm
Gryph.
pretty sure it would be sad
Did
if
it think about it?
Gryph, I'm thinking that you can edit that text that you have there, because you're duplicating the entire Thief Strike thing at miss after the hyphen for dealing no damage. So you're repeating the entire power after you state the entire power. You can probably chop that out.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. I wasn't analyzing it at the time. I'm like, wow, that text is really fucking huge. There we go.
Like the roll wall of texts.
Yes. And, yes, that evasive feature that you saw in Kobolds is not something you'll be encountering, so far that I can't think of any other monster type. So, you can
They'll
expect...
have all kinds of other nasty things.
Yes. You can expect to be able to deal miss damage against enemies, unless you roll a 1. If you roll a 1, you get nothing.
Human bandits deal full damage on a miss. Like, oh.
Yes, and the higher level enemies you go, the more crazy features that you'll find in them.
Like reverse kobolds that you can only damage if you miss.
Can I I blind myself with a hot spoon.
Wow.
I
That's seriously hardcore. You blind yourself with a hot spoon.
And I shoot my thing in the sky, so all the kobolds die.
You scoop out your eyes. Oh man, that's serious.
Yeah.
Well, that's some serious badassery, but
No, he just holds the spoon
That's a
in front of
+2.
his eyes instead of actually doing anything with it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like
that's
that as a
right.
+2 conditional modifier. If you blind yourself to commit to an attack, sure.
Good thing that my unique thing is that I always have a hot spoon with me.
Always.
Specifically a hot spoon.
Like you're in prison, you pull out a spoon that's oddly warm.
Is that your unique thing, Sheep?
How did they miss that?
Well, I can tell you how they missed that.
People always miss the spoon. Couldn't take it from you if you tried.
It's a cursed item.
You should just make it. You oddly always have one more hot spoon.
So you have an
You
endless
can't
supply of
take
hot
it.
spoons.
There's just more. Like weirdly enough, there was just one more.
Infinite hot spoons.
No, you don't have. You just have one more.
It's like, man, I really need a hot spoon right about now. I've just got the thing.
I dropped my old one like 2 days ago. Well, there's another one. Oh well.
You always have one more hot spoon than you think.
Whenever you lose one, you just happen to find another. Like, it happens to be on you.
But you only find them if you don't need them.
Yeah. That'd be the worst. The game always, like, whenever you say something, you just interrupt. Yeah, there's a hot spoon that like, falls out your pocket.
You're
You're
trying to
No-
stealth across the stone tile. Clank, 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 clank. Oh, son of a...
It is oddly warm. Like, people are like, what?
You reach into your quiver to fire an arrow, and you realize you pull out a hot spoon.
I don't need
fire
that
a
now.
hot spoon at the enemy. Well, you can't really knock a hot spoon with your bow.
Oh
It's-
my! And then you get in like, oh no, a party member's Nutella has been in the refrigerator and it's really hard. How could I possibly get it out? And you're like, well,
I wish I had a hot spoon
man,
right now.
I wish I had them right. I just can't find them. You have them everywhere. Well, you know, I got rid of them now.
Damn it.
Apparently,
Must have donated them to charity.
yeah, all of them.
I need something to eat my cold yogurt with. Wait, now now my only spoon I found is hot.
You only have a few seconds before the dragon's fire engulfs you. I pull out my son of a bitch.
Dragon fire.
Cover a tiny part of me.
I deflect the fire with my oddly warm spoon.
Is that a hard save?
Oh,
Your
God.
character's quest would try to find out why they're warm.
Not why he keeps having them, just why they're
Well,
warm.
you know, he's got used to that part over his life. It's just why are they so weirdly sort of body
I
temperature?
think deep in our hearts, all of us have a spoon, but mine is hot.
Meanwhile, there's a manufactory somewhere where they're pissed because spoons keep disappearing.
Spoons disappeared. As another character, my mission is to find out why all my hot spoons disappear all the time.
Go to a cutlery shop.
Just some person wanting to get some heroin. As soon as he gets the spoon hot, just boom, disappears. Fuck my heroin!
Like drug dealers. That's why.
It's like
Just
this.
the spoon
It's this-
disappears.
No, it's the Archmage has put this ward in place that as soon as a spoon gets hot, it gets teleported. So it's an anti-drug ward.
But just the
Like,
spoon, like
all
heroin
these
just
spoons
drops
were in the
together.
hands of like addicts.
Oh god.
Oh god.
That's a dark twist.
I ate with these.
Well, I have some bad news about your health.
You have all kinds of sort of.
Cleric.
There's no
What is
spell
it?
for this. We need to go into the third party, like, book of erotic fantasy or whatever to try to find the
Oh,
right
God.
spells here.
I would not believe that, cleric.
Is that a valid book for us to use?
Well, to heal whatever you've got, we need some.
We need to perform a ritual.
Oh boy, the things you need to do to your spoon. Oh.
These are
I
dark
was
times.
also documented.
This is something else I'm interested in, seeing how Manaki uses ritual
Really?
stuff.
Is it?
Not your erotic fantasies, you can keep those to yourself.
Yes.
I mean, unless Sheep wants to join, because he sounds quite interesting.
That's what were we saying?
The ritual to cure it, and just like, in my mind, like, the idea of, like, the ritual is something I'm interested to see how they turn out to end up being used. Because, two people in the party have them.
Yeah. It's like a bigger version of a spell that takes longer to cast.
Yeah, like a ritual heal or ritual bless. That
Like
sounds
a
rather
ritual
useful.
of a lot of acid.
Ritual of hot spoons.
A
Right.
ritual, a lot of focused acid.
Right. The rituals are intended as non-combat effects, hence their length, but in natural extensions of the spell. And the effects that they accomplish are dependent on the spell's level and what you roll for your check to create the ritual. An example I would cite is that I used a ritual with ghost sound in order to give a mute child the ability to speak one-word sentences. They just had a phantasmal, ethereal effect of the voice. I used a ritual with the Terror spell, which is a necromancer spell, to create an intersection of like unholy delight where the walls were like pulsing and there were like faces just sort of like trying to burst free from the stone walls, just clawing out. That was a intersection that we needed to defend versus enemies, so I wanted to make them afraid. And then I used another level 5 spell and a ritual to fill people with waves of agonizing pain whenever they tried to enter a limestone quarry, so the gnolls could not mine the quarry. Not enough to cause damage, just to stimulate the nerves.
To stimulate the nerves.
Yes.
If done other ways, it meets Manaki's fantasy.